Hi, this is Garibay, and today I want to talk about the question. I want to ask the question. I'm going to give you my answer, and I want your answer, all right? Okay, so here's the question. Does being a dungeon master inherently make our lives more dramatic? I'm going to give you my answer right now, then I'm going to explain why. Yes. All right. So last night, I ended an 8-year friendship based off of one sentence that happened at a Dungeons & Dragons table. Now, I'll tell you, and guess what? That is dramatic. It was dramatic for everybody at the table. It was dramatic for me. It was dramatic, right? And it introduces drama into my life. And no question, it is going to introduce drama into the lives of everybody at that table. And the reason why is everybody's going to have to pick sides, right? Me and one other person at that table, we're never going to be in the same room again, right? And in order to make that happen, everybody at the table is going to have to pick, right? And God bless them, they're all free to pick whoever they want, but there ain't going to be peace between me and this other person, right? I'm never going to sit in a room with them again, right? And that's dramatic, right? Like, and I'll tell you right now, I'm 100% aware. There are people who are like, that's outrageously outlandish, Scott. That's not a good choice. They're like, hey, and again, it all comes from, what do you think Dungeons & Dragons is? If you think it's fun, you're never going to end a friendship over it, right? If you think it's a legacy, if you think it's an element of Americana, if you think it's bigger than the owners who own it always, right? If you think it's the future of American cinema, right? If you think it is the new foundation of human narrative, then it makes sense. If you think it's fun, it doesn't make any sense. I am a Dungeons & Dragons partisan. I pick sides, right? And I'll tell you right now, I don't want anybody to be like, if you ever come across Scott Garibay and you make me choose between you and D&D, you're going to lose, period. All right? And everybody needs to know that, and I have said that before, and this person has heard me say it, right? And, so, like, it is what it is. And I just want this to be super clear. I say things all the time, people don't listen, and then they make choices often having not listened, right? It's definitely a thing. So here's why I think, as a dungeon master, your life is inherently going to be more dramatic, right? You build worlds, and every single week you are building drama, right? Dragon slaying. It is a fundamental part of Dungeons & Dragons. Anybody who plays Dungeons & Dragons for 6 months is going to get to the point where they need to put down a green dragon, right? And the reality is, it's dramatic. And when you marinate your life in a system that is dedicated to drama, I think it marinates you. And you end up in a space where you are making dramatic decisions. You do not remain in the middle, right? I don't remain in the middle. I'm your friend or I am not, right? And I don't just sit there and let a friendship dry until neither side knows if we're friends or not. If you're my friend, you will know it. And if you're not my friend, you will know it, right? And the reality is, I think that comes from Dungeons & Dragons. I have spent a life looking at combat, combating your own deficiencies, exploring yourself, exploring others in this world, literally exploring the world, right? The world, and in an interaction, saying interactions between humans should be robust, right? Dungeons & Dragons does not leave you unchanged, and I am warning you. If you just picked up Dragons of Stormwreck Isle in Target, you better hold it in your hands and look at it with an ounce of fear, because it will change you. It will change you. Your life will become more dramatic when you play Dungeons & Dragons. That's my humble opinion. I'm eager to hear yours. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing. Have a wonderful millennium.